So, shall we permit Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rashid to begin, or has anyone else anything to ask? Yes, please.
So, I think it's practice that the namaz janaza of a mad person is not offered, probably because he's innocent. But we see that a newly born baby, when he dies.
No, I don't know whether what you're talking about a mad person.
I mean, mentally, if he dies.
Truly, Mauli Sahib हैं या Mauli मुरब्बी हैं कोई यहाँ? कहाँ गए सारे? तालुम का कहाँ है? हाँ? What is the opinion of the jurisprudence on this point?
So far as I know, janaza prayer is offered.
So where did you hear it from? I never heard of this. Huh?
Janaza prayer is offered.
You must have heard it from a madman.
Because here somebody was died and suicide.
If somebody has committed a suicide, the janaza prayer is not said. But if it is established that the person who committed suicide was deranged and was not capable of controlling his affairs, then janaza prayer is said. Because then it's not a crime. It's the other way around, in fact.
This is a question raised by some friends. The translations I have in English on the flesh of what I have is the flesh of swine is forbidden. So does this mean it is only the flesh of swine which is forbidden, or the whole
Now what will be left there for anyone to eat after the flesh?
You see, for example, in this country they have...
You mean lard, for instance. The lard is considered part of flesh.
What about
It's
something
not-
from bones, if you can...
Well, must one chew the bones if, if no flesh is available? The fact is that the flesh of swine generally covers everything of the swine. But because technically speaking just the word lahm was used, so many an earlier scholar also thought of this which you are suggesting. And there was a full debate between various jurisprudents on this very issue in the early centuries of Islam. Although none of them would ever eat anything of swine themselves, nor was the society prepared, but it was just an academic exercise as to know exactly what the meaning of the Holy Quran is. And some of them went to the extent that just the flesh is forbidden, everything else is not forbidden. And when the opponents counter-acted or rebutted this view with by raising some few interesting possibilities, they were caught in a corner, so much so that they had to go on and went into playing into their hands. For instance, the objections were raised, all right, if it is not forbidden, then it shouldn't be forbidden also to say your prayer on the hide of a swine, because it's not haram. So anything which is cleansed and is all right otherwise, you can say your prayer on that. They said yes, you can say. And many other questions were raised and very interesting situations were created. Now they were just academic exercises. The very spirit is the condemnation of this beast, because it has some peculiar moral habits and some filthy habits physically as well as morally, and stands out among other animals as symbol of some certain type of moral filth. Now, although it is not directly related to the influence of the filth or immorality is not directly related to the flesh. Nor, of course, there is a regular law for animals to follow. There is no Sharia for them. We understand all this point. Yet to create a sense of protest against certain habits, this animal has been picked out as a symbol of filth. Although previously it was not forbidden. So if it was basically fundamentally forbidden, it should have been forbidden everywhere in the world by all religions. But it was not. That shows that with the development and evolution of religion, some animals were chosen to register protest against certain way of life. That is one interpretation of the making the flesh of swine forbidden. But this explanation has not been made in so many words. So you can explore in other directions, in other regions. Many doctors have said that the flesh of swine, that is the flesh of pig, is unhealthy, and many a modern disease of the society in the Western countries is positively caused by this flesh, and no other animal has that distinction. For instance, certain types of blood diseases, certain types of bacteria which are found in the blood of worms, they are provided by this flesh. Now this net-like appearance of skin where the capillaries get damaged, and you see on the face as if the face is covered with a red net, small minute net. Some doctors have investigated and said that this is directly caused by eating the flesh swine. So some Muslim doctors and some other non-Muslim doctors have also investigated and come to the conclusion that this flesh is not good for health. So they say this might be the reason. But this could not be the only reason, because so many things are not good for health and they have not been mentioned at all in the Holy Quran. Just the principle is laid down that if something is not good for health, you shouldn't use it. Not only you should eat such things as are not prohibited, you should also see to it that they are in a fit state for you to be eaten. If they are smelling, if they are bad, in any way they are polluted, the Holy Quran says, eat what is halal and tayyibah. So the word tayyib covers every such state of an edible thing which is not desirable according to the human standards of decency or hygiene and things. So after that, why should you pick out one single animal and say that this flesh is bad and you shouldn't eat it? So this objection is raised against this explanation, but to some it is plausible and acceptable, to some it may not be. But this too has not been mentioned in the Holy Quran. What the Holy Quran says is arbitrarily, maybe, to those who do not believe it's an arbitrary decision, that you should desist from eating the flesh. Now another explanation is that you do it because Allah is the proprietor of life. Allah knows better what to eat for you, what is good for you and what is bad for you. Now, when you submit to Him and you believe in Him, then you do not have to raise questions on everything. Why this? Because there are many things you do not understand and you follow in ordinary life. I mean under governments. Even you disagree and still you have to follow. So when you accept a system of life, you must submit entirely. And this is one of the tests. One exception made with regards to an animal which is not only eaten but devoured and appreciated and liked very much by many other people. This animal is forbidden to you. So because the animal killing